Hello, brothers and sisters. Making a video to talk about the spiritual battle that I've been talking about all this while. Okay, to explain about it, how it's gonna start, and what's gonna make it to be, in every single stages of it, or what else is expected of us, children of God, to do. Okay, and how we can prepare ourselves for it, especially not only spiritually but more so emotionally, because like I've been saying to you people all the time, we children of God tend to be quite sensitive, okay, which at times it blocks our abilities and our beliefs in terms of if we are capable of battling or not. Okay, because we get so overwhelmed with everything, because obviously our spirit doesn't reason the same way to be capable of doing such atrocities. But we need to remember there are people that do have that kind of spirit and ability to do such things, evil things. Okay, but first of all, I just want to say happy birthday to our brother Bruce. Okay, his birthday was on the 13th of April this month. Okay, happy birthday, hope you had a great time. Okay, but let's go back to the business. I sent the message, I wrote in a message for you. I don't know if you saw it or not, because usually you never reply back, so I'm not quite sure if you've seen it. So that's why I'm saying it in the video, so to make sure that I didn't forget. To let you know that I didn't forget. So first of all, I just want to read the scriptures in 2nd Matthew, and the scriptures are the scripture is 2 Timothy 3, 1-5. Okay, so I'm just gonna read it and then I'm gonna explain a little bit things better, because people are already like this, even though we are living in the last days, and this scripture is great proof of it, the way people are turning into, it's a great proof of it. So it says, but mark this, there will be terrible times in the last days. People will be lovers of themselves, okay, lovers of money, boastful, proud, abusive, disobedient to their parents, okay, ungrateful, unholy, without love, okay, unforgiving, slanderous, without self-control, brutal, not lovers of good, treacherous, rash, conceited, lovers of pleasure rather than lovers of God. Yeah, and then there's a warning. Oh no, it's not yet. Lovers of God, having a form of godliness but denying its power. Okay, have nothing to do with them. Okay, that's the wording. Have nothing to do with such people. Okay, we shouldn't have nothing to do with them. No companionship, no friendship, nothing at all. Okay, because as it says in the Bible scripture, if we keep going with people or surrounding ourselves with people that aren't from God, that behave like that, they're ungodly, okay, because they behave like this, it can spoil our own good habits, okay, they can make us to also turn too bad. But I just want to highlight here something. But mark this, there will be terrible times in the last days. When I first read this scripture, I was expecting to hear that, people are going to be murdering, killing, or, stealing, doing a lot of evil things. That's what I was expecting to come next. But rather, what it comes next is actually to say how bad people are gonna turn to be, as people, how bad we're gonna turn to be as people, because all of this, at the end of the day, that's what will bring all of the bad things. Because through we being bad as people, bad people do bad things, good people do good things. Yeah. So, but there it says, people will be lovers of themselves. We see that a lot, you know, people just turning themselves into, I mean, you see nowadays people going for plastic surgery, everything, you know, to try and be the best that they can look, you know, all to get this attention, as it says, conceited people, you know. They are narcissist people, self-centered, egocentric people, you know. Nowadays, that's why it makes it hard even to have a relationship with them, even if we want it, but it's really hard to succeed. People sometimes, older people like say, people nowadays, back in the days, our marriages were good, because people back in the days were good too. You know, everything gets harder to last, because we are becoming more and more, you know, unreal. We are becoming more and more fake, you know. And as it says, lovers of money. People also do everything for money, anything for money. Okay? Very easy to buy people. They become very easy to be bought, you know. If you give them something, show them this amount of money, they are capable to do anything. And then it says, disobedient to parents, not after, but a little bit after. It says disobedient to parents also. Like I was saying to you people in the videos about parents. Some of us going to have that as challenge. Okay? It's not to do with how we being brought or how we bringing our children, to say that we are too soft or too harsh or whatever, but some of us gonna have that as challenge, because the forces from outside are too strong, and unfortunately some of us parents will lose our children to the world. Okay, unfortunately, no matter how much we try, how much we care for them, how much we talk, okay, these are things that are gonna happen in the last days, and it's already happening. Okay. Ungrateful. There is nothing that we can do for them that they're gonna appreciate. Nothing is enough. I mean, even in terms of relationship, okay, marriages and stuff like that, that's what I'm saying, it is important to have God. Both must worship God. Okay. If you marry someone that is ungrateful, or you have someone in your family that is ungrateful, they're just going to be asking, and never give. No matter how much you give them, they're never going to appreciate it. It's never good enough. I mean, my first marriage was absolutely awful. He would complain about anything. If I do this, it's problem. If I turn into the things that the way he wanted me to do, he would still complain about it. You know, it was just nightmares. Unholy. I mean, people are doing so much abominations nowadays. Not only through in sexual ways. I mean, just, we are all sinners, of course. Yeah, we are all sinners. But the name unholy just means like they really doing abomination things without even caring. You know, without even caring about nothing. Every sort of abomination. You know, slanderous. You see that everywhere. And I want to say, highlight something about slanderous people. You know, if the main used word nowadays is gossipers, okay? People that gossip usually are people who like also to judge others, okay? They have a judgmental attitude, okay, which then lead to gossip. They're always observing people and judging people and saying, oh, this person is too much like this, but they can't keep it. Everything that they judge for their own selves and they think there is, they also like going outside and tell people what they have seen or what they think it is, you know, or what they have heard, you know, and what they believe that somebody else is, you know, which can be very, very potentially devastating to people's life, because due to that, a lot of people have suffered unnecessarily due to slanderousness, okay, to gossips, okay, has damaged people's reputation really badly, even without they haven't done nothing wrong, okay? And some people have really pay a big price for that for no reason, okay? And suffer for that for no reason. We need to be very careful with our mouths and stay away from slanderous people altogether, okay? That we're not gonna be find ourselves involved in that sort of crap, honestly speaking. Without self-control, brutals, okay? I mean, this one, you just see it everywhere. This is why I'm saying to you people, you know, sometimes it's not like I can't stay here, you know, I can, but it's just the amount of things that you see outside is just so bad. You don't want to deal with it. You don't want to, it's painful to see it and not be capable of doing nothing. Because if you sometimes you feel like you're going to talk, you're going to bring problems to your own self. You just don't know what to do in certain situations. Okay. Everything is not just about praying. Okay. There are times that sometimes we're going to have to do something and jump into the situation. But sometimes we just overthink too much. What should we do? What should we not do? You know, I was one day in the shop. That day that I was really ill. Okay, that I told you guys I had flu. So I went to the shop and to get some medication, okay? And most of the times when you go to shop, you see people like this all the time, you know? I go to the shop and sometimes you can be very happy with your family, but over the sudden you just hear like people arguing and you turn around and you go like, what is this, you know? Well, what's happening, you know? And what you see is like maybe parents, I'm just going to give you an example, parents shouting to the children. I mean, very verbally abusing the children, you know, all sorts of names, bad calling, okay, the children, their own children, okay? And this is happening outside. Now imagine what is happening at home, okay? And you look at the child and you see the child is around maybe 5 years old. I mean, the youngest I saw, I've seen many different occasions this, you know, I've witnessed this many occasions. But the last one I saw was his father and the child, I think maybe around between 5 and 7, no more than that, okay? But just kept shouting the boy so much. He wasn't calling any names, but he was shouting the boy so much. I was feeling sorry for him, you know, so much sorry for him, but I was so ill that I really could not even stand, okay? And my heart was already pumping so much. I really want to argue with that man, and if it was matter for fight, I would fight. Trust me, I would really fight, because I hate that sort of behavior. I just despise it altogether. People behaving like this to other people is just horrible, you know, especially with your own biological child. I don't know if it was his child or not, because sometimes some step-parents can behave like this because the mother wasn't there. Some step-parents can behave like this toward their own biological children, especially when the mothers is not around, or even parents when they divorce or they separate, they still behaving like this towards their own children because they don't want to stay with their own child, okay, and feeling like they're giving that free time to the mother, okay. I know a lot of parents like this, okay. They feel like, now I have to stay with you and your mom is free, maybe with another guy or something like that, you know, and throwing all that anger to the poor child, which is nothing to do with them, okay. But there again is lack of self-control, okay. We don't have to throw no pain to our own children, okay. Whether things go wrong or not, we need to get over it, okay. We need to learn to get over it, but this is just an example, okay? But people are being like this very much in adults with adults as well, okay? And I'm just gonna pause this video and start a new one, okay? Because I still have a lot of stuff to talk about, okay?